The year 2026 opened up incredible new horizons. After a half-century lull, the moon race ignited with renewed force, and returning humans to the moon transformed from a beautiful dream into a tangible action plan. The Artemis program was charging ahead at full speed. News of fresh launch schedules flashed every single week. Massive modernization was wrapping up across NASA facilities, and multi-billion-dollar contracts were being signed one after another. It seemed that the years of stagnation and bureaucracy choking American deep space ambitions had disposably finally receded. Engineers, scientists, and millions of space fans worldwide could already clearly see fresh footprints in the lunar dust, not in some distant future, but literally just a couple of years away. Permanent bases, scientific stations, and the leap to Mars, all of it was rapidly shifting from the someday category to right here, right now. And then, in an instant, without the slightest warning, the entire picture flipped. The Cape Canaveral disaster. On May 28, 2026, at Cape Canaveral's Launch Complex 36, disaster struck during a routine static fire test. Blue Origin's heavy-lift New Glenn rocket, the flagship of Jeff Bezos' company, suddenly exploded. The blast was monstrous. A massive fireball instantly engulfed the rocket, toppled one of the 180-meter lightning protection towers, destroyed the transporter erector, and inflicted severe damage on the entire launch complex.
A plume of black smoke rose 7 kilometers into the sky, captured even by satellites. The destruction was so prominent it could be seen from space. For NASA, this isn't just an incident affecting a single company. The agency deliberately built its Artemis strategy on the principle of double redundancy. 2 independent lunar landers from 2 different teams, Blue Origin's Blue Moon and SpaceX's Starship HLS. If one stumbles, the other is supposed to pick up the slack. Now, one of these critical pillars has been severely shaken. Meanwhile, their chief geopolitical rival, China, continues to forge ahead with an almost frightening level of methodical precision. While America deals with the aftermath of the explosion, the Chinese lunar exploration program is demonstrating one success after another. But let's take it step by step. To understand the depth of the crisis currently unfolding behind closed doors at NASA, we need to step back a little. The new era of lunar exploration. Following the triumph of the Apollo program in the 1960s and 1970s, NASA spent decades focused on low Earth orbit, shuttles, the ISS, near-Earth operations. Deep space took a backseat. Now, everything has changed. The goal of Artemis is far grander than simply landing, planting a flag, and coming home. NASA wants to establish a permanent, sustainable, and economically viable human base on the moon.
Astronauts won't just be guests for a few days. They will be true residents, working, conducting research, and building infrastructure. The moon is a proving ground and a launch pad for the future colonization of Mars. The task is colossal in both complexity and cost. Because of this, the purely state-run approach is a thing of the past. NASA selected 2 powerful private partners, SpaceX and Blue Origin, to develop specialized lunar landing modules. The idea was brilliant on paper: total redundancy, healthy competition, and risk mitigation. Blue Moon is a more traditional, low-slung, conservative vehicle. It sits lower to the surface, features simpler mechanics, and is perfectly suited for the very first high-stakes crewed missions. Starship HLS, on the other hand, is a literal giant, a bold, almost sci-fi project with massive internal volume, colossal payload capacity, and immense potential for future large-scale operations. However, its risks are exponentially higher. Landing such a behemoth on unprepared lunar regolith is an engineering saga in its own right. A shrinking window of opportunity. Now, following the May explosion, Blue Origin's window of opportunity is rapidly shrinking. They don't just need to build a new rocket, they have to practically resurrect a highly complex launch complex designed for cryogenic heavy lift vehicles. The company's new CEO, Dave Limp, stated they intend to return to flight before the end of 2026.
It sounds bold and inspiring, but the history of spaceflight is filled with examples of optimistic promises shattering against the harsh realities of construction and certification. Think back to how much time even SpaceX needed to recover from major incidents. Here, we are talking about a fully orbital launch pad with the highest regulatory requirements. Repairing cryogenic systems, fixing damaged structures, and replacing destroyed equipment could drag on far longer than anyone hopes. And every month of delay adds to the mounting pressure. This hits key missions particularly hard. Blue Moon Mark 1, an uncrewed test flight meant to validate all core technologies, practice autonomous landing, and deliver scientific instruments. Artemis 3, currently scheduled as a crucial test milestone in 2027, involving an Earth orbit docking. Meanwhile, the actual human landing has already been pushed to Artemis 4 in 2028. If Blue Origin fails to recover in time, NASA risks being left with a single option: Starship HLS. On one hand, SpaceX is a powerhouse partner that has repeatedly proven its ability to solve seemingly impossible challenges. On the other hand, the agency has always preferred having a backup plan. A monopoly on such a critical technology introduces not only single point of failure risks, but also eliminates the competitive drive that pushes both companies forward.
Starship HLS still has a long road ahead, mastering orbital cryogenic refueling in zero-G, final tests of vertical landing on the moon, and achieving full human rating certification. These are monumental challenges, but if anyone is capable of overcoming them at breakneck speed, it's Elon Musk's team. The view from the global stage. Now, look at the big picture through the lens of global competition. While the American side is dealing with the fallout of the explosion, China is methodically accumulating real-world experience. Since 2013, when Chang'e 3 completed its first soft landing on the moon, the Chinese program has run nearly flawless operations, landing on the far side, Chang'e 4, returning lunar soil samples, Chang'e 5, and collecting samples from the far side, Chang'e 6. Ahead lies Chang'e 7 in the second half of 2026, aimed at a detailed study of the South Pole, searching for water and resources. They are already testing multi-element missions, rovers, hopping probes, and in-situ resource utilization technologies. Every successful mission mitigates their future risks and builds expertise. These aren't just paper plans. These are real flights, real data, and real experience. If America's backup option gets stuck in limbo for too long, the balance of power on the moon by the end of the decade could become far more equal than anyone anticipated just a couple of years ago. Geopolitical momentum in space comes at a premium. The SpaceX factor. Yet there is a powerful silver lining in this narrative. SpaceX has already proven its ability to salvage programs from the tightest spots. They were the ones who restored independent orbital access for the United States after the Space Shuttle program ended, back when American astronauts had to hitch rides on Russian Soyuz spacecraft. Crew Dragon has become NASA's reliable workhorse. Today, SpaceX regularly delivers cargo, launches astronauts, and handles ISS logistics. If Blue Origin requires more time to recover, and conservative estimates suggest it could take a significant part of 2027, SpaceX will likely step in once again as the partner that keeps the program moving. Not because NASA dreams of having a sole source provider, but because in a high-stakes race, you sometimes have to rely on the one who is ready to fly right here, right now. Space is unforgiving, and it doesn't wait. Every crisis is simultaneously a test and an opportunity to grow stronger. How NASA, Blue Origin, and SpaceX navigate this turbulent period will largely determine who writes the rules on the moon for decades to come. What do you think? Will Blue Origin make a swift recovery, or is Starship now America's only hope for the foreseeable future? Let me know in the comments.